Noisy Pixel. During my early years, I used to marvel at the idea of being a scientist. However, my imagination got the best of me and I've been playing visual novels ever since. Still, I can't help but find interest in the visual novels that either highlight scientific themes themselves or have characters with that as a passion. With this as motivation, I find myself reviewing the indie western visual novel Chemically Bonded. While it has the themes that hold my attention, its execution falls a little short. Chemically Bonded is a romance visual novel developed by UK creator D.S. Sands, who has previously worked on other titles I Should Get Off My Ass and Play, Sounds of Her Love, and Lost Impressions. However, Chemically Bonded was successfully funded via Kickstarter and stars you, the unnamed transfer student at an unnamed school who hasn't really taken to anyone yet. One afternoon after school, you take it upon yourself to clean up the classroom because it's irritating you. You see, whoever was on cleaning duty has been slacking on the job. In your hunts for supplies, you stumble across a girl using the lab equipment. That's our star, Kyoko Ishikawa, and she's desperate for new members to join the science club, which currently is comprised of, well, just her. So you join her. The other star of this story is Naomi Sato, a former friend of Kyoko's who doesn't really like you being close to her. The themes of broken bonds and missed opportunities reign true in these moments of character development, which did catch my attention. Still, the cast ends up being somewhat limited, featuring 2 leads and a handful of minor characters who don't stick out. However, given the budget of the title, everything present is more than I could really ask for. The leads of the story are incessantly cute and wholly relatable, whether it be the one who shuts themselves away from other people or the one who overthinks simple communication-based tasks and never asks for help. The central conflict here is a communication breakdown, and your goal is to fix that with a little romance on the side. I was initially hesitant on how this would be executed, considering most cases of this I've seen in fiction turn out to be a little soapy. However, I was pleasantly surprised by just how down to earth the game was. The romances might move a little bit fast if you're counting days, but they're a lot less ridiculous than the tropes I'm used to seeing. Players do end up having an impact on the plot. After all, it is a romance. This leads to a few choices to discern, which leads you on to pursue. These choices are cleanly spread out, and the effects of the choices aren't entirely in your face, which I enjoyed. After all, the premise of the game is to fix someone else's relationship, not pursue one yourself. You're not talking to Naomi so you can end up with her, you're talking to her to find out more about what happened between her and Kyoko. It feels quite natural with dialogue being shuffled around, so the plot always progresses at a steady rate no matter your choice. Unfortunately, the game is a little bit short, and the only real way the game has of extending its length is to throw a strange bad ending your way. I found it a bit bizarre. If you didn't interact with Kyoko enough on what is essentially her character path, you won't be able to get her good ending. It's a weird design choice because the justification is the protagonist not being able to understand his feelings. Still, he's a faceless protagonist with next to no character outside of some wholesome quips, so that really took me out of the experience. I thought the voice acting would help with the immersion, but Kyoko was a bit high-pitched at the beginning of the story, and the teacher sounds really lackluster. However, I later felt that the actors were enjoying their roles, and you know what they say, fun is contagious. Well, at least it is for me. The art in this game is exceptionally soft, and I love it. The backgrounds are fabulous, with each character showing a variety of poses and different outfits to keep things fresh. Surprisingly, the character CGs are charming without having to resort to lots of pinks or more stylized proportions. Seriously, my only complaint with them is there isn't enough of them. Chemically Bonded is an adorable game, but comes off a little stilted. The great leads, art, and some very fun piano pieces make for some good energy that ends up going a bit unused, as the game's runtime leaves little room for these characters to grow their relationship. Still, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with these characters whilst it lasted. Noisy Pixel is giving Chemically Bonded a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Noisy Pixel is brought to you by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver the best news, reviews, previews, and more. Please stick around by subscribing and ring that little bell to stay up to date with all of our future content.